Hey baddies, welcome back to the channel. We are working on week 2's paycheck. Let's get into it. So if you're new here, new to cash stuffing, this is the perfect video to catch. I'm going to show you how. The first thing I did is work through my paycheck. I'm a weekly paid employee. You'll see these amounts are allocated for my weekly spending. So I'll redo these again in another week. When it comes to my bills, I pay 1/4 of the total amount to a bill checking account. I pay all my bills on the first of the month. They auto draft. I do not cash pay bills. I know that's always a huge question. Don't even worry about it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to go ahead and do is head back here to our weekly check-in. And if you're wondering how to get the exact amounts that go inside your wallet for your weekly spending, these weekly check-ins really help you stay on track and figure out what you're actually spending. So first things first, I'm going to take my change out here and I'm going to put it towards my penny challenge. I'm not even going to count it or use the tracker. We'll just count it as extra. For gas, while I do this one digitally now with my card, I know that I spent this whole $100, so there's nothing remaining. I spent the whole 100. For groceries, we budgeted what looks like $250, and we have $50 remaining. So that means that we spent $200. For our spending, we have $5 remaining. We budgeted $25, so that means we spent $20. For giving, we didn't budget anything, but there was still money in here. This is one y'all know I roll over the money. So there's $20 in here. We're gonna leave it. I'm in the wrong category. Okay, we know there's still $20 in that envelope. For our eat out, we budgeted $50. There's nothing left, so we spent that whole $50. And then for beauty, this is another one we roll over. We budgeted $20, but as you can see, I haven't got my nails done yet, so that money is still there. That only gets spent on nail appointment days. So if we're going to go ahead and restuff this here momentarily, let's go ahead and add in the amounts that we'll be budgeting. See that for gas, we're budgeting $100 again. For groceries, we're budgeting $150 this week. For dining out, we're budgeting $40. Spending, we're not doing anything this week. I should not be spending any excess money. Giving, we're gonna put $10 in there. And then for beauty, we're gonna add $25. So we'll come back and check in with this again next week. But just to remind myself that I do use my card for my gas now, I just put that highlighter there. We're gonna sit this money aside. This $5 I'm gonna sit aside for savings challenges for my 1500 challenge. But this $50 we're gonna put over here in our rollover money and we'll roll it over to the next week. I had already pulled my receipts out to calculate gas and stuff, and I'll scan these into Fetch Rewards, but I keep these in my wallet, but I don't want y'all seeing addresses and stuff. So let's go ahead and restuff these variable expenses. So again, we're skipping gas. We do that one digitally, but to groceries, we're gonna be adding $150. This is one that I typically use Instacart and then just deposit this money and pay back my card, but sometimes we go in the store. Spending isn't getting anything this week. Giving, we're gonna add $10 more to it. Hopefully we can find somebody to give this to. Okay, for eating out, we're gonna be adding $40. So if I could hold on to it, 20, 40. Okay, and then to our beauty envelope, we're going to be adding $25. Probably be time for a fill next week, so, and it's usually just like $60. Okay, so that's everything for my wallet. A lot of people think that when you cash stuff or that when you budget out your entire check, you don't have money to spend. Your variable expense money is where you spend from. That's your day-to-day spending. You also have sinking funds that you can spend from as well. It's not meant to just save forever. You're eventually meant to leverage these. So first up here, I'm gonna add to my bills. You do not have to cash stuff bills. It's not for everybody. I personally am several months ahead, and which means I have a bank account, a checking account, and it has almost 6 months worth of bills inside of that account, and it just auto drafts every month. I save the money in here And on the 1st, I pull the money out, I go deposit it into that account, and it keeps me ahead. I save over the amount that I need by $5 or $10 every month, and that continuously keeps me months ahead. All right. And if you're wondering, new envelopes, new binders, they're available in the shop. Y'all know how it goes. The mortgage, this is another one that I do. I just let it draft out of my account. I'm not pulling $5,000 every month. It's too much. But I do track it on here. So on the 1st, my mortgage did come out, $5,484. And I have a balance of $578 for electric. And that's what I'm doing on my budget sheets for these bills, y'all, is just going in and writing out what amount actually auto drafts, so that I can make sure that every month I am putting enough away for those funds. So to our electric bill, we're going to be adding $70. If you notice, this one does have more money than it typically does. That bill was crazy this past month. So we have $100, $200, $250, $270 in there now. I want to have a little extra because now that we have the pool and I also have my building in the back, those bills are just a little higher. So Wi-Fi is going to get $25. This bill is the same. It's one of those bills that the amount is the amount. I'm going to add 25 in here. So we have 100, 120, 140, 160, 165. So this is another one that you can see. The bill is $96, but I have 165. So when I deposit this amount, this will probably extend me another month ahead for my Wi-Fi bill. For gas, we're going to add $100. This bill was $441 last month. Shout out to the heated pool, okay? So we are definitely adding more to this one this month. So we're going to have $150 in there. I'm not sure. We had to heat it from cold, and it was also like really, really, really cold. So we were heating it every day. I'm not sure if it's going to stay that high, but Lord, I hope not. Okay, so trash, we're going to add $15 to this one. 10 and 15. So I have $35 in there. That bill is $51.55 per month. Security, which is our security system here in the house, we're going to be adding $20 to this one. So there's $60. This is another one that will be over. That bill is $62.76. So I'll have about $100 in here, which will add an extra $40 to my month ahead fund. Lawn care is just to pay the guy to cut my grass, and we're going to get it like thatched and fertilized. So this first time, he's a new guy. He wouldn't let us pay him. So this is in here. I'm just going to tip him with some of this next time, but I ain't blocking my blessings. $125. So I'm going to keep it in here. I'm going to tip him some of this, though, because people deserve to be paid for their labor. But, okay. So cellular is going to be receiving $40. 20, 40. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80 in there now. And this bill is $149.49 per month. That's for 2 lines. And the subscriptions, this is another one that I do digitally, but I pay about $52 per week worth of subscriptions. I don't owe anything on my Amazon card or my Chase card, so those are at 0. And y'all have a lot of money to go towards sinking funds this week. I'm super stoked about it because I haven't had this much extra in a while. First up, we're going to work on, not these, our high priority sinking funds here, as you can see. So the first one we are going to add to today is our emergency fund, and we're going to be adding $700 to this fund today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700. Let's see what we've got in here. So we've got $5,000 in the bank, $6,000, $6,500, $66, $67, $68, $69, $7,000, $7,100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $550, $570, $590, $610, $620, $625, $26, $27, $28, $7,628. In our emergency fund. And I will probably pull some of this. And matter of fact, let's go ahead and get this to the bank. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. We're gonna go ahead and pull that 1,000, send that to the bank. so we can be earning some interest on it. And we're gonna add another $1,000 placeholder slip. Have to go to the bank tomorrow anyway, so timing is perfect. So yeah, this will go in my sinking funds high yield savings account so that it can be earning that 5.5% interest. And I'm still gonna be on track in my envelope. But next is our medical fund. I use this to cover my health insurance premium and any co-pays or prescriptions I need to pay for. So to this one, I'm gonna be adding $250. So 100, 250. All right, so we have $500 in the bank for this fund, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. So I'm actually gonna take this and trade it in for a 1K slip. So 1,000, 1,100, 1,150, 1,200, 1,220, 1,240, 1,241, 2, 3, 4. So 1,234. What's crazy, y'all? Like I've been seeing 1234 on the clock for like the past like 3 months, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, is the universe trying to tell me something? I also need to update my budget sheets, but I'll do that after. And the fact that I just saw that number again, I'm just like, okay. Okay, so next up we have, you know what, I need to put this over here so I know that that goes to the bank. Okay, for our deductible, it's fully funded, so I'm not going to be adding anything to that one. So the difference in fully funded funds, I'm going to show you the difference between this insurance one and the deductible. Lord, if I could talk. My deductible is not going to go up anymore. Unless I have to spend it, the money is fine at this amount. But up next, I have my insurance. So the bill is about $1,100 every 6 months, and I have that. I gave myself a couple weeks off from adding to it because it is technically fully funded. But in order to stay ahead so that I can pay it the 6 months after that, I'm going to start back contributing to it again. So in order to know how much I've contributed, I know that this is enough for the 1,100. So I know that that's 1,100. But today I'm going to be adding $100 to start working on the next 1,100, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to count this. So 100, 120, 130, 135, 136, 137. Just to help my brain know that I still need $900 to make it to the next amount that I need for the following 6 months. Because I pay that premium every 6 months. We're cheaper that way, and it just saves me the headache. Okay, next up we have home repairs, and so to that one I'm going to be adding $100. So we have $250 in there now. And you learn as a homeowner that stuff happens. So we had to call an electrician the other day, and that was $100 and some, and I had to pull it from another fund, and I was like, So furnishing is going to get $400. I've been listening to people like, don't do your house all funky because it's going to be hard to resell, but I feel like you should enjoy the place you live. So I'm getting ready to pay somebody to come in and help me like wallpaper the walls and make the house more funky because I'm a super eclectic person, very bright, and these white and black walls and gray is sending me. So I want to save up to do that so that I can stay on budget because I tend to do the most. Just replace, let me count this, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550 is what we have in there now. We just replaced the chandeliers because the ones in here that came were builder grade and they were, ugh. And the chandeliers weren't bad. I got them off Wayfair. I got 3 chandeliers for like, I don't know, maybe like $350. But child, the lights that go in them were more expensive than the chandeliers. So I knew then that I definitely needed to be saving. Okay, self-care is getting $100. Let's see if we can put a placeholder in here as well. It feels kind of full. So we have 1,500 in the bank, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. I already know that I can. 600, 700, 800, 820, 825, 826, 827, 828. So $1,828 in self-care. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is trade in this $500 and $500 in cash for a 1K slip. These thin envelopes don't like to be super stuffed anyway, so, oh, there was another dollar in here. So it should be $1,829. They don't like to be super stuffed, so. We did make them a little bit bigger, but you still want to make sure you keep them condensed. All right, up next we have birthdays. Birthdays has snuck up on me. This is a sinking fund I usually have. Totally forgot to make one. So as you can see, I'm trying to rush to get it filled up. So we have 100, 250. I literally have like 6 relatives with birthdays coming up. 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390 and birthdays. So I've got to get that one up and moving. All right, and up last, here's my fridge. Y'all know I'm trying to pay off the appliances that I purchased for my kitchen. So I'm going to be adding $100 to this. Okay, so in here we have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, so 3,500 in the bank. 3,600, 3,700, 3,800, 3,900, 3,950, 3,970, 3,990, 4,110, 4,130, 4,150, 60, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. $4,155 in my fridge fund. That's actually enough. It's actually fully funded. So I'm actually going to remove it. Well, I won't remove it till the end of the month, but I'm gonna pull it out and put in a fully funded slip because I only needed a little over $4,000. Just so that when I track everything at the end of the month, I'll know I won't be looking for it, but that money can now go back and pay it towards my credit card. Low priority sinking funds. Isn't this so cute in my rich era? Because period. All right. So first up, we have child one, which is my nieces. So to this fund, we are going to be adding $20. So in here we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, $640. I'm going to leave this one in cash because I typically have to deal in cash. What'd I say, 640? Yeah. Okay, up next, we have therapy, and that one is getting, what'd I say, $20? All right, so we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 570, 590, 595, 6, 7, 8, 9. So $599. Sorry if y'all hear my dog whining. She's in the cage in there. Car maintenance is getting $200. So 100, 200. So we have 2,000 in the bank. 2,100, 2,200, 23, 2,400, 2,450, 70, 80. $2,480. Which I'm gonna have to dig in this because I had to get sensors put on the tires for the Bronco, and it was $410 that I'll be taking out soon. Okay, holidays is just getting $8 today. It's not a big fund for me. I don't use it often. 6, 7, 8, but I like to have something because the 4th of July is usually one where we buy fireworks and stuff. 100, 150, 170, 180, 185, 190, 191, 92, 93. So 193. This covers every holiday except for Christmas. I really don't start building it up again until close to Thanksgiving. Miss Christmas is going to receive $40. So 20, 40. So in our Christmas fund, we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 420, 440, 460, 480, 481, 482. Next up is Pet One, which is Pinky, my Frenchie. He's the only expensive dog I have. So So he has a fund. Pinky is going to receive $40. And I think after this $40, 2040, we will be fully funded for him too. So 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,300, and we are. So Pinky is now fully funded. I can pay myself back for his neuter and for his nasal surgery. How much did I say it was? 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, $1,300 Pinky has. Okay, up next in pool care, I'm adding $100 to pool care. This covers pool supplies, the pool guy to come and clean it once a week. So we have $320 in there now. So now I can just start paying him in cash out of here. I've been sending him Venmos, but. Up next is housekeeping. Housekeeping's gonna receive $100. I get housekeeping every 2 weeks. And so 100, 150, 170, 180 in housekeeping. It's it's not. It's 150 every 2 weeks. I may ramp it up to weekly because I just want to. Up next, we have our savings and investments. And here we are going to be adding $300 towards savings challenges. And so I'm going to set this aside. So that when it's time to do those, I'll have that. It's probably going to go towards the 100 envelope challenge. I didn't look up my total for my solo 401k, but that's everything. I don't think I budgeted that roll over 50 either, but it's okay. Unless I missed something along the way, which I don't think I did. Nope. Okay. So that's it. That's all for today. We are all budgeted. I'm going to put this aside. We put that in savings challenges too. And we've spent our whole check. So we've given every dollar a place. This money is now working in our favor. We have this money here that will be going back to the bank. Let's see how much we're going to be depositing today. I know we're not technically depositing the 1K slips, but it helps my mind to understand. Although I was just trading those out, but it helps my brain. All right, so this money is technically already deposited, so we're not going to count that. We're going to be taking 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 650, 670, 690, 710, 730, 750, 770, 790, 810, 830, 850, 851, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to be depositing $855 into our sinking fund high yield savings account, and we're all done. I will see you guys next time. Bye.